Do not abandon yourselves to despair. We are the Easter people, and Alleluia is our song. The greatest gift you can give to others is the joy of your own love and laughter. God's love is the foundation of our identity and worth. God's love does not impose burdens upon us that we cannot carry. God's grace is always available to transform our weaknesses into strengths. Do not be afraid to take a chance on peace, to teach peace, to live peace. Peace will be the last word of history. Prayer is the key that unlocks the door to God's heart. God's love is the source of our hope and strength. God's wisdom is greater than our understanding. To maintain a joyful family requires much from both the parents and the children. Each member of the family has to become, in a special way, the servant of the others. The great danger for family life, in the midst of any society whose idols are pleasure, comfort, and independence, lies in the fact that people close their hearts and become selfish. God has a purpose for your life, and He will guide you every step of the way. God's plan for you is filled with hope and a future. Prayer is opening oneself to God, who is always waiting for us. If you want peace, work for justice. To believe in Jesus is to accept what He says, even when it runs contrary to what others are saying. God's love is the antidote to fear and despair. God's mercy is infinite. His forgiveness knows no bounds. Life with Christ is a wonderful adventure. The greatest dignity of every human being is to be the child of God. Be not afraid of your sins. Love without ceasing. Faith is not a leap in the dark. It is an encounter with the living God. Faith and reason are like two wings, on which the human spirit rises to the contemplation of truth. True holiness does not mean a flight from the world. Rather, it lies in the effort to incarnate the gospel in everyday life. The family, founded upon marriage freely contracted, one and indissoluble, must be regarded as the natural primary cell of human society. Freedom consists not in doing what we like, but in having the right to do what we ought. God is always waiting for us, offering us new opportunities to turn to Him. God's love for you is unchanging regardless of your circumstances. God is not solitude, but perfect communion. God's grace is the fuel that empowers us to live a life of holiness. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. The future starts today, not tomorrow. You are not the sum of your weaknesses and failures. You are the sum of the Father's love for you and your real capacity to become the image of His Son. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. God's love is the greatest force in the universe. Prayer is the raising of the mind to God. We must always remember this. Do not be afraid. Open wide the doors for Christ. God's presence in your life brings peace, joy, and fulfillment. Do not be afraid to go out on the streets and into public places, like the first apostles who preached Christ and the good news of salvation in the squares of cities, towns, and villages. God is love. Everything that is true, good, and beautiful reflects His love. God is closer to us than we are to ourselves. God made you to do extraordinary things. You have the capacity within you to do whatever it is that you set your mind to. God is always present, even in the midst of our struggles and pain. It is Jesus that you seek when you dream of happiness. He is waiting for you when nothing else you find satisfies you. God's mercy is the healing balm for our brokenness. God's love for you is greater than any mistake you have ever made. Have no fear of moving into the unknown. Simply step out fearlessly, knowing that I am with you. Therefore, no harm can befall you. All is very, very well. Do this in complete faith and confidence. Do not be afraid. Do not be satisfied with mediocrity. Put out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. God is the ultimate source of meaning and purpose in life. God's plan for you is bigger than any obstacle you may face. Faith does not provide the answers to all questions, but it gives the strength to face them. There is no evil to be faced that Christ does not face with us. There is no enemy that Christ has not already conquered. There is no cross to bear that Christ has not already borne for us and does not now bear with us. God's love for you is personal and intimate. Love is never defeated, and I could add the history of Ireland proves it. A person's rightful due is to be treated as an object of love, not as an object for use. God's love for us is unconditional and everlasting. True freedom is not the license to do whatever we want, but the power to do what is right and just. The greatest gift we can give to others is the gift of our presence and genuine attention. Do not be afraid of the challenges that life presents, for they are opportunities for growth and transformation. Each person has a unique role to play in the symphony of creation. Embrace your part with joy and gratitude. Prayer is not simply asking for what we desire. It is also the surrender of our will to God's divine plan. Beauty is a reflection of God's presence in the world. Seek to discover and appreciate the beauty around you. We are called to be stewards of the earth, protecting and caring for God's creation with reverence and love. The family is the foundation of society and the sanctuary of love. Cherish and nurture your family relationships. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a manifestation of strength and a pathway to healing and reconciliation. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave a comment. Click the subscribe button to get more videos like this one.